So like here's web marketing therapy, and you can see at the top of the page up here it says web marketing therapy : marketing agency and web marketing education. If you put your mouse over the text, not an image, that's an image, the healthy marketing, but actually over text, and you right click and you do view page source. Is that so nerdy cool? So that's the code. That's the code of my site. And there's the title tag, web marketing therapy. Yeah, so I'll close out here. So do a right click over the content. Do view page source. And you can see the title, which is part of the architecture and the code. My description, web marketing therapy is a full service marketing agency, blah, 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 blah. And the keywords tag that has web marketing, web marketing therapy, online marketing. And so you can do this on your competitor sites. Some webmasters have blocked this, so you may not see them on every single person's website, but it is a way that you can take a look and see what the competition is doing. But always focus on your business and just find opportunities. I see a lot of pages where it will say something-something-company.com/services, where it could say Santa-Barbara-financial-planning-services. So there's little ways to do that. A site like this that has thousands and thousands of products, their programmers were like crying. They're like, you want us to redo what? Because their whole website used to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like major code. And the marketing team said, we need to do a search-friendly site. And they had a major company meeting. They talked about the costs, the downtime, but they also looked at the end result and they said, you know, it's really important for us to have a well-architected site that's going to sustain us for the long haul. And one more benefit too of blogs is when you're on the blog, I just clicked on Friday Marketing Fun Fact. That's in the headline of the post, but you see how the blog is set up? It has Friday-marketing-fun-fact. Blogs usually automatically build this into their technology. Where kind of traditional websites, you have to ask your programmer to name their page files in certain ways. With blogs, it automatically does that for you, most of the time. But just pay attention, see what you've got working for you. And site architecture, so there it is. Facebook fan page invites. And I had someone in one of my business groups send me a message on LinkedIn and asking for free advice. I'm like, if I'm gonna answer this question, I'm gonna answer it on my blog so I can help more people. And I have it in the URL, and also here, so the search engine has more stuff to focus on. And it depends on the platform too of your website. So our site's built on WordPress. This is our title tag here and our description tag. And it comes out pretty well. It's still a fairly new site. It only launched in March of this year. And this is acoustic guitar. And so you want to, for your architecture, have unique meta titles for every page. And this is how your title tag appears to a search engine server. And here's how your description appears. So you want to have these in both places. And acoustic guitar made it, this is their homepage title tag. And it says monthly magazine for all styles and interests from beginner to performer, features, events, reviews. It's not stuffed with a bunch of key phrases, but in their case, they wanted to pre-qualify someone to come to their site. An acoustic guitar was the most important phrase. But you'll notice when you start to do searches, this is bolded a little bit. Guitar is bolded a little bit. Guitar is bolded here. You'll actually start to see how search engines think, and they'll actually bold what a search engine comes up. So here's how you check your meta tags. You do that right click and you do view source. And the title tag you can often see at the top of a browser. So up here it says Meet the Wild Web Women of Web Marketing Therapy. And we have to play with all this stuff, so we play with the phrase Wild Web Women and we come up pretty high on it. But that's how you check. You do a right click over the text, view source, and there you go. Most of you are going to send lists to your webmaster. Some of you may be able to get into your own website code. This is an example. This is an organic egg white company called Eggology. And we pulled every single meta tag and we rewrote them and we sent this to their webmaster. And it was actually nice to do it this way. This is an Excel worksheet, and those of you that would like a copy of the worksheet, I'm not going to send you Eggology's meta tags, but I will give you the template that we use. We put the page name. Sometimes we even say in this line how to rename the page name. If it just says services, we'll tell the web person what to rename it. but you can see all the titles, and this way you can make sure that they're unique just by looking at all of them in one spot. So in this particular case, there were changes done on 331 and also on 8.6. So it's an ongoing process. I was on my website, LorrieThomas.com, and I noticed there was a page that was added for a social media marketing class I teach for Berkeley, and we didn't do any of the meta titles or descriptions. I was like, oh, bad. So we went ahead and picked that up. But it's nice to have a list of all of these because you're always going to be making changes as you add new products or change content. But if you want to see all of your meta titles, you can just start to use a homegrown system. And content. So Misty Gibbs of My Inspiration Lounge, she's got a website with lots of inspirational links and financial stuff, mom tips, parenting tips, travel tips, and she did not want to blog. She goes, I do not like to write. And I said, well, you're gonna have to get over that, and I think that this is gonna be a great voice for you. And she's finding that this is becoming one of her biggest search engine tools because the frequency of content is getting picked up by Google. And her blog is built on a blog platform called Squarespace.com. And this is the homepage of her site, and this is lots of images. So she has a blog feed, so she's updating her content, and this is something that her webmaster automatically programmed into her site for her. So even though she's got the blog, and her homepage is going to be pretty much static, meaning it's going to look the same, it's going to have the nice introduction from her and her featured sites, she has new content all the time just by a little blog feed. Part of SEO is you can update your news page. This is Yoga Journal. They have new videos, and this is new content. So the content isn't just on their homepage, they're just keeping their news page updated. So let's say you do a charity event, or you add a new product, you can create your own press releases and just update your news page that way.
What are you updating on your homepage?
Like for mine, I have new blog posts. That's my updated content. Let's say you are, I try to find as many random examples as I can. So this is a financial, they do lending for small and mid-cap companies. This actually, the inspiration from that came from so search for hybrid rental car. This site comes up, so I search for hybrid rental car, and it's rent a hybrid car. This is bolded, and the domain name hybrid-rental-car spaces create the little dashes or pluses create a natural space, because when we type for things, we don't type for the word altogether, we type with spaces. So our inspiration for that site came from this site that's just a bunch of content, but it actually has everything to do with renting a hybrid car. And this site makes money by selling ads and by also doing affiliate marketing. I know the person who built the site. He runs a search engine optimization company, and I've watched this site climb the search engine rankings. And so we picked the domain name, the content, all that stuff.
Did you help the property rental company create that?
We built that.
You built that?
Yeah.
And a lot of times the hyphens used.
It takes 6 or 8 months.
Search engines take a long time to build trust, and they have to index your site. They have to read it, reread it, and they start to build it. And actually the age of your website is a huge factor with search engines. And any of you that own domains, if you automatically renew your domain once a year, buy it for 10 years. Buy it for at least 5 years, because search engine will see how long you buy it. They can actually access the domain purchase records to see how serious you are, but also time is on your side. Like look at Amazon.com. They have 10 plus years of history with the search engines, and all of that archived content has built and built and built, versus new sites that just don't have a lot of content, that don't have the history. So time of how long you purchase your domain, but also time of just how long your site's been live is a factor. And that makes sense, because a search engine's going to give a website that has more history a little more love. And also your images. So this is MSN's homepage. This is called the alt tag right here. And if you put your mouse over this, you're going to see this little yellow thing pop up. This only works on Internet Explorer. If you're on Firefox, you won't see this. But MSN uses it to credit their photographers